We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but Niners. We nothing but we them nothing but Niners.
Click, click, boom! What's going on, faithful? Nothing but Niners crew is back in the place to be. And we are here to bring you guys another fun-filled show. Tonight, we discuss exclusive rights free agents. This whole free agency thing is confusing, even the people who prepare to bring you guys shows. And you're going to see what I mean by that in a little bit. But before I get down to all that stuff, let me run through these formalities really quick. We appreciate everybody out there on the YouTube page. If this is your first time here and you enjoy the show, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you know exactly when we're going live. We like to bring you guys breaking news. And you don't get the hour-and-a-half update like you do with this show, okay? Follow us on some of our social media platforms. We have Snapchat and Twitter. Those handles are nothing but 9 ERS. That is the number 9, nothing but number 9 ERS. We have Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitch. Those handles are nothing but Niners. That's spelled all the way out. There's no number in there anywhere. Same as the website, www.nothingbutniners.com. Okay, I'm your guy, 49ers Mike _NFL. Over here on this side is my guy, Wayne Breezy. Breezy, what up?
Yo, what's going on?
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all know what Breezy doing, right? When Breezy's on the show, what's he doing now? It's the off season, so he got to get his 49er fix in, right? What's the score, big dog?
13 up.
Okay, all right. And by the way, guys, his player of the game so far is a defensive end that some of y'all say we shouldn't bring back, but I won't go into all that right now. My man Brian's down there. B, what's going on, man? What you doing down there?
How
Man?
you doing?
Good. You feeling good over there?
Oh yeah.
You did a little subtle background today, man. I thought you was going to be bringing something with a little bit more pizzazz, but it's cool though. It's cool. I like it. I like the 49ers, the shield and everything. I like it, man. I love it. And my man, last but certainly not least, the resident GM, Tony. Tony, what's going on down there, bro?
What's up, man? What's going on, fellas? Ready to talk some football about the exclusive free agent confusion. We're going to touch on that and a couple other things. I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, so we always start the shows with news and stuff like that, and I don't think there's much 49ers news going on out there. Is there anything that, as far as news related? Oh, wait. The Niners
Saleh will not be the head coach in Jacksonville.
Yeah. Robert Saleh is not going to Jacksonville. That is correct. The Niners did make 2 roster moves today. You guys want to guess what they are? Come on, no. I swear to God, they made 2 roster moves today.
They put people off the COVID-19 list, man.
Yeah, that was the COVID stuff. Gould came off and
Golden Grasu, man.
Grasu, that's what it was. Yeah.
They activated 2 players off the COVID-19 list. Now, guys, why is this important? They didn't just do this just for the sake of doing it. There has to be a reason that they did this. Someone help me figure this out.
Just housekeeping.
I think Rafie's a free agent. So he technically has to be taken off the list if he's no longer property of the team. So
for Grasu, yeah.
Gold, I don't know.
All right.
I think it was strictly housekeeping. I don't think there's anything nefarious going on.
Does this have something to do with salary or contract issues? Like if they ended the season not active, does it do something in the future?
Not that I'm aware of, because regardless if they were on the active roster or COVID, their salary was the same.
Or I guess another way you could look at it is they're putting them on part of the 90-man roster for 21, I guess. At least goal.
I had the wrong ear in. That's not true. You would ask me a question when I pulled the damn headset out too.
No, I didn't ask a question. It was just you jumping rope with the microphone. It sounded,
Yeah, I had the wrong ear. My bad. I was wondering why that jump wasn't feeling right. Backwards.
It's all good, man. It's all good. All right, so we don't know. I mean, we're just shooting in the dark here. We don't really know, but that's all the 49ers news we have for the show. So what we're going to do now is everyone's going to get to answer some questions. Rarely do we do this. We actually posted a tweet, and we asked people. All right, I'll read the tweet. The fellows are preparing a show for you all tonight, but we recently realized that we rarely ask why you or what you would like us to discuss. Here's your chance. Reply to this tweet with the question you want the guy to answer. And wow, and they will do their best to answer them all. I got to stop tweeting when I'm driving because they should not be next to each other. Can you tell I was trying to figure out how to word it? Like we will do our best or they will.
There's a typo.
Yeah, so it's all right. So here we go. Wayne Baker, is there still a show? Oh, I wasn't supposed to read that one. Yeah, there's a show tonight. Hi. All right. Do you still believe our championship? Okay, I'm going to read it the way I think he meant to say it. Do you still believe our championship window is open after so many injuries last year and upcoming? Oh, no, wait. I told him that we answered that already. That's 0 for 2. I'm striking out quickly over here, all right? I said that, but we discussed that literally on the last show. So I did tell him to refer to the last show because we did answer that one. All right, here we go. Please address, has our Super Bowl window Nope, not that one either.
Mike, you
all
good,
right,
bro?
Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. Like I'm making sure y'all are waking over there. Tony, like he about to fall asleep on me. Look at him. What's up, Tony? You all right?
Yeah,
Wayne's not going to sleep today.
Nah, Wayne won't be sleeping anytime soon. It's cool. It's cool. All right, here's a real question for real. All jokes aside. The first question that we're going to take on here is from Vince Felice. Navidad. He says, favorite 49ers moment all time.
All time?
All time. I know mine. If y'all want me to go first, I will. But I know my favorite moment all time. And it's not as cool as like, oh, we won the Super Bowl or the catch and it's not cool like that. It's not cool like that.
Okay, go first.
All right. So it was about 9 years ago. Okay. The Niners are in the postseason. My brother just got back from Afghanistan. And I am driving my mom, my girlfriend at the time, with her son, and my baby brother down to Tennessee from New Jersey. All right. We're going out there because my brother's home from Afghanistan, and he invited us all to his new house with his new wife. And, oh, man, it's going to be a big deal. And I'm saying we got to get there in time for the game. We got to get there in time for the game. 49ers are in the postseason for the first time in a very long time. The Niners are playing the Saints. Okay? And I am driving. I'm like, Mom, I'm tired. She's like, yeah, me too. Keep driving. Shut up. And I'm getting there. I get there. All right, I'm tired. I got to crash. I crashed. Guys, don't let me sleep past the game. Don't let me sleep past the game. So I finally wake up. I get to enjoy time with family. I'm throwing back drinks and everything. And the game, you guys remember the game. The whole game was just Niners on top, Niners on top, Niners on top. Like we scored the first 3 scoring drives were all Niners, right? I think it was like 17-0 in the blink of an eye. And I'm like, holy smokes, like the Saints were the hottest team in the NFL. And then they start coming back. And then the emotions switch up. And now I'm walking around cursing and stomping and everything. And it was just a big ball. My brother's yelling at me, don't you break? This is a brand new house. Don't you? Like we just arguing with each other and everything. And then the Niners come back. And that play to Vernon Davis. And I was screaming. You ever jump up and start yelling so real, like for so long and so hard that you get dizzy and lightheaded? Like that's the moment I felt like, oh, we won. Like that is my favorite 49ers moment ever. That game, experiencing it with the family, and like I said, my girlfriend at the time. Was that 9 years ago? Yeah, we weren't married yet. Yeah. That was it. That was the moment for me.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that somebody's got to top that. Let's see if you can top that one.
Well, it won't be me because I don't really have a favorite moment. But when you said that, the first thing that came to mind was Kittle's play against the Saints last year because it was amazing to watch him drag those guys down the field. But I think one of my favorite moments is when we fired Trent Baalke, and that was one of my favorite. But I really don't have one that stands out. I just love watching the team every year.
You gotta find something, man. Come
No, that's-
on.
No, man.
It's hard to pick just one. It really is. But
It is. I agree.
All right, then I ain't picking nothing there.
It's very hard to pick one. I mean, well, I guess I could say in '94 when they finally beat Dallas in Candlestick, that was a good one. That game was phenomenal. Another moment. There's so many good moments. I mean, I can sit here and just ramble, but that was a good moment when they finally got over that hump. And I guess another one would be when they finally beat Seattle in Week 17 2 years ago. Yeah, someone just put in the chat the pick at the stick. That was
a good one too.
Well, since you naming them all, there go mine.
I'll stop.
That's it. That was gonna be mine. The pick at the stick.
I think for whatever reason, I think there's a lot of negative things that pop out in my head, especially when I was a kid, losing NFC championships and, Bowman having his knee trashed on the, in the Seattle game.
Thanks, Melissa.
Still not getting the turnover. It really pissed me off. I can't, I can think about, winning the Super Bowls and stuff like that, but nothing really stands out as a specific moment in the history. I just love the team. I love it every year. You gotta have something though, Wayne. Come on.
I was gonna say to pick at the stick, but it's good. That was the moment.
So Wayne posted a question here. He says, correct me if I'm wrong. John and Kyle always say when you have a chance to improve your team, you do it. So do you think they will do that with Watson? Let's go around real quick and just get a yes or no on this. We don't have to elaborate much. Let's just get a yes or no. Do you think they do it with Watson?
I think that they will look at it, but I think that when they see what the price is going to be and what that's going to do to the future of this organization, I don't think it's really a real option. I think the Houston will try to fleece them for too much.
I think a phone call will be made, but I don't think Houston's stupid enough to trade a franchise quarterback.
We hope they are. No.
I think
Answer the question. No.
Yeah. Do you think they will do that with Watson? I think they do, but I don't think that they get him. So I agree with Tony. They make the call, but I don't think Houston's gonna come up off it. And I don't think they're just gonna say, all right, here's all of our draft picks this year so we can get him. I don't think they do that either. All right. The next question is all right. This one's going to be from Ms. Debbie. Let's talk about all the injuries in the strength and conditioning team. But her question is specifically this. Are changes needed there? Should we be looking for a new strength and conditioning team, guys? Now, we know that the team recently just made this change with the hockey guys, right? So is year one just a fluke year? Or...
Well, they were like 0 for 53, and then they got one right, and 0 for 52, and they got one guy right. You know what I'm saying? So, the Verrett conditioning and training was superb, but everybody else seemed to be injured throughout the remainder of the season. So, I don't know if they make changes there. That's a tough one. I hope, like the question that was asked earlier, the 49ers, do they look to get better? I think they find ways to improve the team. So they might be looking at that position, at that spot as well. Like they're just trying to be better overall.
Okay. All right. So Breezy saying, yeah, changes are needed there. We need to see something better. Who disagrees?
I think if it was a regular, like if they had a regular offseason and the COVID issue wasn't here, the pandemic, and still there was all these injuries, I think definitely they would have to look at it and seriously consider change. But being that they had such a shortened offseason and shortened training camp, and literally it was, I think I listened to an interview that it was like a 7-day training camp. And the first 7 days were like literally just conditioning. And the last 7 days were 14 days total, but it was split 7 to 7. The last 7 days were in pads or allegedly like uppers. 2 days were contact. So due to the restriction due to COVID, I'll give them a pass, but they definitely need to work on something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see reevaluating it, but and there may be information out there, but I haven't seen anything from the players. But typically, when you have issues like that, you're going to get some tweets out there. Some information spills out. Even as secure as this organization may be, if players had an issue with this training staff, we'd probably have heard something. And I haven't, but I haven't seen it in a tweet or social media or anything from players.
Right. Now, we definitely know that the players voiced their opinions loud and clear about playing on that MetLife turf. So they were not looking forward to going back to back to that stadium. So I agree with you. Are changes needed there? I will changes. Yes, we want to see more success. I don't know if they're going to change the staff though. I don't think they're going to change the staff. I want to know if they can tape ankles this year though. If we cannot get high ankle sprains, seriously, we had 7, 8 high ankle sprains this year on the team. Like that's a lot. That's a lot. So I'm hoping that they can cut down on that there. All right. We got a few more questions here, but first, this contribution came in a while ago from Mark. The catch 2 with Terrell Owens against Green Bay. Absolutely a great favor, a great moment and favorite of mine. One of my favorites also. That was a good one. You get to see watching men cry. Vernon Davis even fell into the coach's arms and cried too. Now that I think about it, and they call that the catch 3. So it's pretty cool to see like raw emotions come out of these warriors, like these tough ass. I'm 6'4" and you can't catch me with a car. And then like I scored a touchdown. Like bro, you've been doing this your whole career. Why it's like it's pretty cool to see that they work so hard for it. And I like that. I like those kind of moments, man. I really do. Let me see. I don't think there's any more contributions there, right? Okay. All right. Next question is take QB. I like this one. This is from Callie. Take QB out of the equation. What position would you like to see Kyle and John address with our first round pick?
I like this question. I like this question.
Yeah. He threw some suggested positions in there, but I won't read them. I want to hear what you guys say.
I like this question.
Peachy likes to pick at the stick. I like that one too. I like that. All right, Breezy, take off, bro. What position you think we should go for? This is a very good question.
All right, so I'm going with an edge. I'm going with the edge because I want a speed guy that can, complement the power side. You know what I'm saying? And we get that edge set on both sides like we were supposed to do from day one when these guys finally got their regime built. They went and traded for D4 and they were like, yo, we got a speed guy. At the same time, we drafted the power guy. If we can get to the quarterback, we don't got to really worry about these DBs somewhat. I think if they can secure this defensive line, secure the pass rush, get to the quarterback, scores will stay low. I think our corners will be able to, whatever corners we have, I think they'll be all right in the system so that we don't got to waste a high draft pick on a cornerback, especially if that guy isn't typically there. I think we go with the edge, man. That's the way I would go. I know we got other issues that we need to address, but give me the edge guy. I want some pressure on these quarterbacks. I'm tired of these quarterbacks. I'm tired of quarterbacks like Carson Wentz carving us up, running up the sideline, and quarterbacks that ain't even doing shit right now in the ain't even in the playoffs that beat us bad. Ryan Fitzpatrick, because we don't got no pass rush. Give me a pass rush.
So I would agree with Wayne. That was what I was going to say. But going with the talent that's available, while guard may be our guard or offensive line may be something we want to address, I think that the talent for first round, if you don't go edge, then cornerback would be my next spot.
Yeah, corner is definitely going to be a need this offseason, man. I think they're going to – well, never mind. We'll get to that stuff later.
I just think that the talent is available at the range at what we're picking. So if we don't go edge, then corner would be my next. But I want to give credit where credit's due. I don't remember if it was Tony or Mike, but one of you guys brought up the Aziz guy out of Georgia, and
yes, sir.
I'd like to see him.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good.
Tony's been all over this guy.
I really like Aziz. I honestly think it all banks on Trent Williams and what goes down with him. If he leaves, they're going to have to take a tackle unless they can go out and sign Charlie Villanueva, the left tackle from Pittsburgh, who I think would be a decent fit in this system. He's very athletic. He's a pretty decent pass blocker. And he's good in the run game. But it's either corner or edge. It has to be. I mean, you guys got you got guys out there like Surtain. You got Jace Horn. You have Aziz, the defensive end. I've seen some mock drafts where Kwity Payne is actually sliding a little bit. But Aziz, if you're replacing D Ford, Aziz is your guy. If that's your plan to replace that type of rusher, I personally would go after Aziz. I watched the game that they played, and I forgot who it was. Who did Georgia play?
There's a couple of edge rushers I like, bro. Like 3 that I would draft. He being the first one. There's the kid out of Miami. There's also the kid out of Michigan. Yeah, we talking about some edge rushers with speed. Just some guys, bro. And I will say this, and I know y'all don't want to hear it, but if there's one position that Michigan produces is defensive linemen and edge rushers. That's something that they produce in the NFL.
Yeah. And earlier in the year, earlier in the offseason, I had talked about Wyatt, but after he got hurt and we don't know what his prognosis is going to be, I think his status falls in the draft based on that. I agree with the J.C. Horn. I really like that kid. But the one player that I would trade up for would be Sewell. And that's only if we're not able to get a deal done with Trent.
Mm-hmm. I've been hearing that a lot. Yeah. I think the Niners are going to take a kicker in the first. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I think offensive lineman is the way that they're going to go, even if they keep Trent Williams. I think they take an offensive lineman.
Really?
Yeah.
Interior or tackle?
Yeah. No, if they keep Trent, then it's going to be interior. If he leaves, then it's going to be tackle. I think center is really, really important to this team.
Oh, absolutely. But I'm not sure.
I think they can get a center in a second, though. I don't think
talking Humphrey or something like that in a second.
Because they just got to get their type of center. You get what I'm saying?
Or is it Landon Dickinson out of Alabama?
Yeah. The problem is the one interior offensive lineman that was going to go in the first round is hurt.
Right. So
I don't think we're going to see any interior offensive lineman go in the first round unless, it's in the bottom, someone really needs it. They'll jump up to 31 or 32 and grab this person to secure him because they know teams in the top of the second round could be lurking. But
I never said we were picking them at 12.
Right. I think we're going to trade back. To be honest, that's what I think the plan will be.
Now we're talking, baby. And now we're talking. We got a lot of holes to fill, and I think that the draft is going to – I told you guys, I think John Lynch is going to put his foot in this draft, and I think he's going to be moving around a lot. Like he's got warrants running from the law. He's on the move. I think he's moving all over the place in this draft. So we'll see what happens, but that's just what that's my gut feeling. If I had to take away, like he said, take away the quarterback, where are we going in the first or with our first round pick, I think that's going to be it.
Well, now I want to ask more questions.
Huh?
I said, now I want to ask more questions.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right. So someone says maybe discussing Jimmy G, but there's another question concerning that. It is, let's say the team sticks with Jimmy. This is from Peter Rojas. Let's say the team sticks with Jimmy for next year. Would you say his confidence and overall performance remains at what we've seen in 2020 season, or does he regress further, or set to prove the doubters wrong with a bounce back year? So if Jimmy Garoppolo stays, okay, that's the scenario. What kind of season do we think he has?
If he's healthy,
that's a question.
If he's healthy, I think we're going to the Super Bowl. But if he's not, then it depends on who our backup quarterback is.
Wait, you really think that?
Yeah.
See, I don't think that because I feel like as much as I wish Jimmy would be better, I feel like the defenses are better facing Jimmy. So I feel like the defenses have figured him out, and healthy or not, he's only good at doing one type of throws. So if he's not able to develop what we need him to develop. I guess this is why I only think they move on from Jimmy, man. I think Kyle needs another dimension added to the quarterback position. We just need a different dimension. If Jimmy could give us that, if he feels Jimmy could give us that, I'm all with it. But I haven't seen Jimmy give us that. I don't know if you have, and if you have, please share with me when. But I haven't seen Jimmy give us that. I do know he throws well in the short game. He got that on down pat.
And what receivers did we get? What receivers do we have? What do they do well?
They could also They could also go deep.
Yeah,
they can.
You know what I'm saying? They can stretch the field too. I watched Debo catch a bomb down the field against the Ravens, jumped up an off pass from Jimmy. I watched Brandon Ayuk catch bombs down the field. So I get what our receiver skill set are saying, but that doesn't mean in the draft we don't grab another wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I'm with it if we rock with Jimmy, but I'm hoping that we upgrade there. I really do.
I think that we upgrade next year, not this year. I think that that's what's going to happen just because of the cap implications.
Right. But all right. But the question is, if he's here, does he stay the same, regress, or improve?
If he's healthy, we go back to the Super Bowl. Even if he stays the same.
I think he improved from what we saw this year. The play that we saw this year from Jimmy is not good enough for us to make it to the Super Bowl. We all agree, right?
Right. But
he came back early from an injury, so I don't count. I mean, really, you can only look at the first game, and they didn't have training camp, so or very limited.
What do you think, Tommy?
The flashy move, and everybody likes it. That hey, let's trade Jimmy, let's get rid of Jimmy. But I don't think that's what's going to happen, and I think that we're going to be just fine with him next year or this year.
I think number one, the first thing he's got to take a pay cut, not a restructure. He has to take a pay cut to stay.
Tom Brady jump.
That's number one. Number two, I think he's going to be the same because what he showed minus the injury, like I understand he never training camp. I watched the whole Arizona game, the week 1 game, and he just there was some nice throws, and then there's those throws where you're just like, what the hell is he doing? Now, I also think that defenses figured him out. They know how to stop the 49ers with Jimmy as the quarterback. There's no deep threat. That's it. They make them become one-dimensional, and that's why, in my opinion, in the 2019 and the 2020 draft, Kyle immediately added players that are players that run after a catch, get the ball out quick and let them do what they need to do.
Right. Let's defy short throws. Right.
So now we have players that could get the ball quick and run, and then we also have the same 2 guys that can go down the field. So now I think the decision is this. Does he want to be here? How much does he want to be here? And will he take a pay cut?
Right.
That is the deciding factor because he's not playing for $26, $4, $5 million a year when you have an offensive tackle that's protected your blind side that's probably in the command anywhere between $18 and $20 million a year. That's where the issue is. So I think Kyle and John, they have a plan. They have their blueprint set out. They know, okay, we have Jimmy. We know what we have in Jimmy. I do think they identified 1 or 2 quarterbacks in the draft as their guys, but I also do think they have 2 or 3 other options in free agency trade. So it really comes down to how it all works out and who's available, if a trade could come through and stuff like that. But I think if he does return, it's going to be the same Jimmy.
Okay. All right. And I think that if he returns, he gets worse than what we saw this year. If you stay the same, then you're getting worse in the NFL. That's just how it is. You have to be improving. And I haven't seen anything that gives me any confidence in Jimmy going forward. And I haven't seen it in a long time. People think that people want to hate Jimmy or they want to dislike him, and that's not the case. It's just show me something, And the one thing
that consistent with it too, Mike. That's
right, and that's exactly what I was going to say. The one thing that we know is Jimmy is inconsistent because Tony said you watch that Arizona game, you'll see throws like that's why he's here. Then you'll watch a whole quarter and be like, why is he here? he's not consistently. He's just not consistent at anything anymore. Like there's nothing consistent about him.
I can't tell if that's in his head,
right,
or it's damn sure in his play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because then you come out against the Jets, who is a wild card blitzing all whenever they feel like it type team, and he is gunning the ball until he got hurt.
No, he got hurt and played on the bad ankle the rest of
the rest of the half. The rest
right.
Of the half.
And he looked great. He looked great on the bum ankle in that game. And that's what's so confusing. It's like, what is it? Like, what are you afraid of with this guy? You know what I'm saying? So here's
one thing, like especially when I brought up the Arizona game week 1 where he was 100% healthy. It was the fourth down when they were going in. It was like a minute and 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter where they were going in to score and win the game. Okay. There was a throw. It was a design throw to Trent Taylor where he was on the inside of a stack to the right side. The outside receiver ran the cross and he released out to the sideline. And you saw Jimmy clear as day go right to that read, and he hitched instead of letting that ball rip.
Mm-hmm.
And that hitch caused the pass to be incomplete, and the quarterback made a play on the ball. But if he ripped that first time, that was a first down.
Right.
That's the issue with Jimmy. I don't know if he's overthinking, if he doesn't have confidence in his arm, if he doesn't have confidence in the receiver. I don't know what it is, but you need a quarterback to make his decision and make his throw. And you can't sit there and like do your little quick flitch and shit, flip your hip and pump your shoulder. You can't do that because that offenses are timing offenses, the majority of them. The 49ers offense is a timing offense. So when your back foot hits, bang, that ball's got to go. And that's that. And if he can't do that, he can't be he could be the quarterback, but Kyle's going to have to mask him and cover him and do things to make it easier for him.
There was a play going around on Twitter today where was it Arizona? It was the Arizona game where Jimmy is running around. He pump fakes, he spins out, and then he goes towards McGlinchey and he turns back around and spins out again, and he ends up being a sack. Right?
That's where he dropped the ball.
Yeah, exactly. And you could just see he's so hesitant, and that's what he was doing a lot of the season. Like when he was in there, he's just so hesitant. He's like gun shy. Like he's afraid to make a mistake or something, and I just don't know if he's lost the confidence. Callie makes another contribution here, and he says, "Do we make a call to Detroit about Stafford?"
They need to hire a coach first.
What'd you say? They need what?
What'd you say, Tony?
They need to hire their coach first.
Well, maybe they hire our guy, and then our guy does us a solid.
Or our guy does us a Saleh.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Damn, I tried to make it so that I could see your guys' faces. All right, let me read this comment here. And by the way, I do think that they're calling about everybody, but like you got to have someone to call first. You know, if the GM is in place or the head coach, you don't know. They have to have somebody in place to see, hey, I want to keep this guy. Yeah, I want to move on from him. I think John Lynch is working magic this offseason. He's picking up the phone and calling about any and everybody. I really, really think so. I think they're going to be busy in free agency. I can't wait to get to this time of the year. Is going to be so good. But yeah, I do think they make that call. Sean says here with the $10 contribution. Thanks, Sean. He says, if we upgrade our center and everyone is healthy, we can win with Jimmy Garoppolo. He needs protection. Draft a quarterback to sit, pick up all pro center, healthy weapons with him, new quarterbacks coach. We can win with him, but limited. See, I said that Russell Wilson's limited voice. You see what I did there? He's limited. So one team in the league has Mr. Unlimited, and we have Mr. Limited.
Sean just asked us to do 1, 2, 3 things. That's 3 things. Just get rid of quarterback and not do those. Look, I get it. We upgrade the center. We fix the center problems. I will say, if Jimmy has a good rapport with that center, I do think Jimmy will play a little bit better, but he's not still going to be able to. He's still going to be limited in doing the things that we're going to need him to do, because if defenses say, hey, let's just put 8 in the box, take away the run, force Jimmy to make decisions, he's horrible at making this. Have you not watched Jimmy Garoppolo make decisions? They're all predetermined, Sean. That dude don't know how to make decisions. You can give him the answers to the test, and he'll still fail.
Can the four of us at least agree that no matter what they do at quarterback, they have to upgrade that line for anyone?
Absolutely. That's an automatic.
Now, if you're upgrading that line, can you afford to go get Watson or Stafford or all of these other people? It's going to be hard.
I don't know if you can afford it, but you definitely can draft a guy that you can afford.
Right. Okay. So who are you looking at in the draft for?
There's about 5 guys I like. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm cool with anyone. And if you know, a lot of you guys don't like Trey Lance, man, but I'm telling you, he has some tendencies of a Russell Wilson, of a Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott-ish type of quarterback that you could get probably in the 2nd round and cheap. And just hate Russell Wilson. I'm telling you, but that's just if y'all don't like that guy, you know, if y'all think he's the worst.
I don't think it's not that I don't like Trey Lance; it's that I don't feel as though he has enough experience with the league, with the division he's playing in, and he only played for 1 full season.
Sometimes, bro,
that's like getting a kid in high school.
Sometimes, bro, guys are just athletes and they just do what they do, man. Some guys
have prove me wrong and go out there and do amazing shit, but amazing things. But I just don't.
And if this one season he put up good numbers, then you have to take that one season. I get you want a guy that's played 3-4 seasons in college. I just
want somebody who's been tested. That's all. With good competition. I mean, you know, people might. I'm not a Mac Jones guy, but at least he played in the SEC and he did well against those guys who are NFL caliber players.
I understand.
Now you're talking about Trey Lance, who plays for.
Not every Super Bowl quarterback went to a big school.
I'm not saying that they had to go to a big school, but I would like to see more before I go invest a 12th pick overall on a guy. You know
I didn't say you spend the 12th pick, did I?
No, you didn't. But that's where you're going to probably have to pick him because of
you don't have to
politics are out there selling him.
If everybody is thinking the way you thinking or not, I mean, if he goes, he goes. You find another guy. I feel like I feel like we're just gonna have to trust whatever's going on with the system, yo.
Absolutely.
So, like, if I know it's hard to trust Kyle drafting a guy other than the 1st round, like other than a quarterback in the 1st round, because you know he kind of bombed on that 3rd round guy. But hey, man, I feel like the players coming out of college today are just different than they were 3, 4, 5 years ago. They just seem more ready to go into an NFL game. That's what they look like. They seem that doesn't.
I also think that's largely in part because NFL offenses realize we can't get good professional style linemen, so we have to switch to college style offenses. Okay, I think that we're seeing that kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're seeing it merge. We remember, well, at least I remember the last 2 off seasons, teams were struggling to find good offensive linemen.
I agree.
Really struggling in free agency and all that stuff. They were like, yeah, we can try to make do with this guy. Let's just draft these guys. They're really struggling to find pro style offensive linemen, guys that can hold blocks and run and run, run block. And so they were saying we have to start incorporating some of these spread offenses, all snaps from shotgun type shit. Like they weren't happy about what they were having to do, but they were having to do it. It's also why you see more passing yards now than ever before and all that. It's all a trickle down effect of them not being able to put together what they're looking to put together. So, it's a catch-22. The reason I had this comment up here from Camelot's Red and Gold, he made a $5 contribution, and then this was the very next comment he posted. The contribution was blank, so I'm assuming this was a question that he wanted us to answer. It says, now that Seattle fired their offensive coordinator Schottenheimer and Carroll saying they want to run the ball more, you think they might try and poach McDaniels? Also helps them know their enemy. Let's talk about it, man. It's a good question.
I know the best offensive coordinator for that team.
Who?
Anthony Lynn. They want to run the ball. Anthony Lynn.
Isn't
from a running backs coach.
He's not already a coordinator?
He got fired from the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, Sugar Honey Iced Tea. That's right.
He was the running back coach for
the Bills.
The Bills. It was the offensive coordinator and then took over as the intern head coach.
And then got the job in LA.
Did you guys hear I don't think they want to do a run game, though. And I'm going to tell you why. I saw a tweet from Joe Van saying that Russell Wilson said at the podium, this is a pivotal time in his career, and he wants to say or have some say and input on who the next offensive coordinator is. Russ ain't going for this. Let's just run the ball around like crazy. He wants someone that can plan a passing attack also.
Ooh.
And he's absolutely right. This is a pivotal time in his career. This right now for Russell, like this is his prime. He's got, he's got another year or two, and then slowly comes the decline. He's absolutely right.
It opening up that passing game that way also allows him to go back to the Russ that he was, where he can just scramble when he wants to scramble. If he need, he can take that running back position if he wants to. If you open up that game, and they have the guys with Lockett and DK, but I don't know why we're talking about Seattle.
Right. Well, no, he was asking if they take
Robert Saleh signed with the Jets.
He was saying,
Josina Anderson.
He's a Jet.
Of course, who was a candidate? Told me the Jets informed them they are hiring Robert Saleh. That's Josina Anderson.
Or he agreed.
Let's see if anybody else pops it. Hold on. We have breaking news potentially while we're live.
Jaguars are finalizing a deal with Urban Meyer.
That's signed already. They showed a picture of him actually signing.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm on the wrong timeline. Let's see.
All right, let's get this cracking, yo. Who's our defensive coordinator? Bump that cat. Who we getting, yo?
Did you guys see the clarification that came out, or was it in our chat that the clarification came out? If we do lose 2 to head coaching and we get 3 picks, not 4.
3 picks, baby.
Really?
I thought you get 2 each.
They get end of the third round picks. Yeah. We get 3 of them suckers, baby.
They just said I saw it. I gotta find this now because
either way, we getting multiple 3rd round picks. How about that? I'm so ecstatic now. Who's gonna be our DC? That's all I really care about. Who we getting in there, Brian? Who we getting in there, Tony? All right.
Carolina has their.
Can I ask the panel a question? Who do you want as the defensive coordinator?
Saleh.
All right.
Saleh's gone. Duh.
So make him assistant head coach and give him some more money. Let's go. Stay here.
That's wild. I don't see it though. You guys. Oh, Josina Anderson.
I would probably go with an internal advancement, like D'Amico probably would be my choice.
Yeah, now Mayoko just tweeted it.
So she said all right, so her tweet is, a source who was a candidate for the job told me the Jets informed them they are hiring Robert Saleh.
Oh, so they're not doing it. They want to.
But Mayoko just tweeted 17 seconds ago. First report of 49ers D quarter Saleh getting head coaching job with the Jets via Josina Anderson.
All right, guys. So who we
wait. Matt didn't confirm. He says first report.
No, I know. I'm just saying that he just he tweeted.
Right, but we blew through it, and we're going to confuse people who are watching.
They use very specific words. I think that they're saying the Jets would like to hire Saleh. Like that's their choice. That doesn't mean Saleh said I'm going to do it because he's still in LA.
Okay, all right.
I don't doubt that it ends up happening. I'm just saying it's not
right.
Legit.
It's definitely a strong possibility, but
can we move on now? Can we talk about who's going to be our defensive coordinator?
It all depends on who he takes. If he tries to take,
okay,
Ryan, I think they're going to bring in.
Why would D'Amico? Because D'Amico might be his defensive coordinator.
Correct.
Good job, Tony.
And I think he's going to bring Kyle's going to bring in Raheem Morris to be the defensive coordinator, and Raheem Morris is going to bring in Jeff Ulbrich to be the linebacker
coach. Hey, does Kyle have rapport with Raheem?
Yes, they were on the same staff in Tampa Bay when Raheem Morris was the defensive back coach, and actually John Lynch played under
Raheem Morris. Wait, John played under Raheem?
Yeah, he was the. I don't know if he was the assistant defensive back coach or the defensive back coach for 1 year.
You guys got that right? Schefter tweeted it.
Yeah,
Schefter tweeted it.
The tweets are all per.
Doesn't Wade Phillips run a 3-4 defense?
He doesn't say per. He says
Jets
Well,
are
I guess
hiring
it-
49ers.
Yep, it's official.
I'm wrong.
Jets are hiring defensive coordinator Robert Saleh.
He says per league source. Well, all right.
5-year deal.
Is the league source.
A 5-year deal. All right. Well,
If
look,
it does happen, though, we do have to give credit to Rolls-Royce for breaking that yesterday or on Tuesday.
no, everyone's been saying that shit for a week, man. Everyone's been saying it for a week. I told you guys we can't just sit here and say that Saleh was going somewhere without him doing his due diligence. He was gonna listen to other offers and see what other teams had to say.
Yeah, but you can take a guess and say, "Hey, Saleh's going here." You could say that.
Oh no, for sure. No, and that's what people were doing. But we had a week ago people saying it's a done deal already. Like Saleh's going to the Jets. It wasn't. He interviewed with 2 other teams after that.
So
I think if it was a done deal, he wouldn't have wasted his time going to those interviews.
I think
Ronnie Blair's going to be a Jet. Richard Sherman's going to be a Jet.
I think he would have been.
Now we have 2 third-round picks.
No, we already had a 3rd-round pick.
We didn't have any third-round.
We had
Third-round
zero.
pick from Saleh going to the Jets.
We have one this year and one next year.
Yeah, so now we only have 1 this year because we traded 1 for Trent Williams. But listen, I mean, if you look at the situation, and this is all depending on who he brings with him. It's a smart. It's not the best roster, but it's a smart spot to go. I mean, the New York media is tough, but they have a lot of ammunition. They have multiple draft picks in the next 2 years in the first, second, and third rounds. A ton of money to spend. They built their trenches on both sides of the ball. So, potentially the foundation's placed. Now they just got to make a decision on whether Darnold's going to be their guy going forward, or potentially now Darnold could become in the 49ers picture if they draft either Fields or Wilson or Trey Lance, whoever they choose to go with.
All right. It's going to be very interesting. We're definitely going to be breaking all that stuff down. Congratulations to Robert Saleh.
Yes, well deserved.
With Niners, very, very well deserved. This guy,
no gas, no break.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to take that over there. Looks like Sam Darnold's going to be the next quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
work out that trade, baby. Let's go.
No,
That's what I want to see right there. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Oh,
No.
man, that's great. We have some more chasm and funny talk here. I like
Jimmy
this.
just sucks.
I like this one. Do you guys think because Jimmy was a linebacker in high school, he gets confused and throws the linebackers thinking they're
I
teammates?
just think that's all he sees. Maybe Jimmy needs some glasses. Can't quarterbacks play with glasses?
But his real question here is how many coaches can Saleh take? Can Fangio run a 4-3? Saleh pause. He's gone.
I'm not sure how many he can take.
He can take as many as he can promote to coordinators.
right.
That's the only given. So
Technically free.
right.
Hey, just one more thing. Schefter just tweeted, new Jets head coach Saleh is expected to take passing game coordinator Mike LaFleur as his offensive coordinator per sources.
So he's going from leaving what?
Yeah, so now that's one spot open on our offense. Now, I mean, all you guys, you just set your alerts because it's probably going to be very busy over the next couple of days. Who's going to replace LaFleur? There's rumors going around saying Scangarello.
Finally, we could do some 49er news, man. I'm tired of
I
hearing.
actually read an article saying that there's actually coaches lined up waiting to hear from Kyle to come work under him.
Yes.
So it's going to be very interesting. A couple names I heard was Scangarello. I heard Greg Knapp, who's with the Atlanta staff.
Can Lynn come here?
There's another guy in the Rams staff that Kyle has ties with. But
No.
We talked about him a couple of weeks ago. I know who you're talking about.
I'm just glad David out so we can move forward. That's what it's all about.
You know what's exciting about the passing game coordinator leaving is that we're going to see other plays other than slants now. We're going to see more than that. That excites me so much. That excites me so much when we see new wrinkles added in here. Like I like the idea of doing what we haven't done already. So
We're going to take the handcuffs off of Jimmy now. He can do stuff.
yeah. All right. Here we are at 50 minutes, guys. We have to get to the meat and potatoes of the shows. We brought you guys the breaking news. We will continue to break stuff down. You absolutely have to have your messages and your alerts turned on so you guys know, okay?
Wait, we didn't do the meat and potatoes yet?
No, we haven't got to it yet.
We were answering questions. We still haven't talked about the exclusive rights guys.
All right.
It's not that there's much to talk about. I mean, they coming back for $660,000 probably. That's what they gave the futures contract. And that's probably what all 4 or 5 of them will get. 5 or 6 of them, whatever it is.
Let's hit it.
Yeah, it's official now. There it is.
It was official when I said it 6 weeks ago. But
now we've got pick 107 or something.
Jets have hired. We've hired Robert Saleh.
I bet you the 49ers draft their franchise quarterback in the 3rd round. Watch. Pick 107. That's what the pick you said, Brian.
All right.
Somewhere around there. I mean, you think about it, like 96 picks in the first 3 rounds, and then 95 because the Patriots lost one. And then you have the comp players, so there's like 6 of those guys. So then you're looking at, 6 or 8 or whatever. So you're 102, 103, somewhere around there.
All right. We'll see. We'll see what happens, man. This is exciting. I love this time of year, man. This is exciting. This is when the team looks themselves in the mirrors and decide if they're taking a step forward or backwards.
It'll also be interesting to see how, because they did not say how those picks get disseminated if multiple teams have that happen. And so we know already that the Rams had their GM, or not their GM, but one of their guys poached to be the GM, right?
Right.
So I don't know if that's based on win-losses for the season or what, but we'll have to compete with the Rams for that one of those comp picks.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
see.
we beat the Rams twice, so we get that pick. We get the higher pick.
I'm with you, Wayne. I'm with you.
They had the higher record, so we're technically worse than them, even though we beat them twice.
Right. I just don't know if that's how they're lining those picks out.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Or if it's going to go off of the contracts those guys get, like they did with the players.
Now you're talking. Look at you, B. Okay, I see you. All right, guys, listen, for real, the meat and potatoes. We're going to spend about 15 minutes on this, and then we're going to be out of here. So tonight's episode is supposed to be about exclusive rights free agents, ERFAs.
Exclusive.
Okay, and what that is any player with fewer than 3 accrued seasons and an expired contract. If his original team offers him a 1-year contract, the league minimum, based on his credited seasons, the player cannot negotiate with other teams. Notable exclusive rights free agents into okay. Blah, 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 blah. So this is what it is. Okay, less than 3 accrued seasons and an expired contract. Okay, so that's the rule here. That's the rule.
There we go.
Peachy, more breaking news. Per Rap Sheet, D'Amico Ryans is now the new defensive coordinator.
For who?
I can't wait.
Kyle Shanahan said that a week ago at his presser. He said that D'Amico was a strong candidate for it. They said Kyle Shanahan was D'Amico Ryans is a strong candidate for the position if Kyle were to be gone. So if Saleh were to be gone, listen to me. I can't get my word.
But did he go to the Jets as the DC, or is he going to be our DC?
He's going to be ours, I believe.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because it doesn't say that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Because
Ian Rappaport just said 49ers is expected to promote Ryans to DC. DC, District of Columbia.
It says, with Robert Saleh gone, expect 49ers to promote linebackers coach D'Amico Ryans as their new defensive coordinator, source said. An impressive young coach. And Robert Saleh even said, one day I'm hoping to be a coordinator for D'Amico. He's saying that D'Amico, look, we just like bald guys as our coordinators on defensive side of the ball. That's all that is. If your head can shine, then you can get this position, bro. That's just the way it is. So, all right, guys.
Bring that same energy, that same passion. That's all I'm asking.
We're keeping Ryans?
Huh?
Nothing's official yet, Tony. Nothing's official.
According to Rap Sheet, the league source told him that you can expect the 49ers to promote D'Amico Ryans to defensive coordinator. All right.
We'll see. It's going to be interesting.
Why do you say that, Tony?
True.
No, like how he builds his staff. If he's going to take more people from our staff, what's going to be open?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah. Okay.
And another thing, you guys got to just think of this: how many players is he going to take with him? I think you can pretty much kiss Shark goodbye. I think you can kiss, like
Hello.
Hyder goodbye. Like
I promise you guys, Akello Witherspoon is going with Robert Saleh or with Woods. Like he's gone.
Is he taking Woods too?
No. Woods is already.
Surprised, to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Sherman goes to the Jets. I really wouldn't.
I said that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Ronnie.
And that's your real coach / player. Like your player coach. That's what that is, because he's going to have people in different rooms teaching this system. Any free agent linebacker that we have, he's going to want to take that guy with him. Teach these guys.
It's going to be the same situation like when Kyle came here, how he brought in Garcon, Kyle
brought in a tight end, he brought in a running back, he brought in a wide receiver, every position. He brought in quarterbacks, every position. Kyle grabbed somebody with familiarity with his system and put them in that player's room, in that position group room.
Do we have any free agent linebackers, bro?
Yes, we do. And we don't have any in this list, but yeah, we do. What's his name? The veteran.
Nzacha?
Nzacha is on the roster for this upcoming season. He's signed.
Joe Walker.
Oh, he can have him.
Yep. Bye.
All right. So here we are, guys. We have to discuss our exclusive rights free agents. Okay. So the first one is going to be wide receiver River Craycraft. Less than 3 years. Now, what I read in that definition here, I'm going to put this up here one more time, guys. All right.
Goodbye.
The exciting news happened already, but listen to this. This is a very, if his original team offers him a 1-year contract and the league minimum based on his credited seasons, the player cannot negotiate with other teams. Right. So these are typically really cheap teams. But it says if his original team, we are not Craycraft's original team.
That's not what it means. We're the original team as it sits right now.
And that's why we're having this conversation. So the original team means the team that he becomes an ERFA in or with.
Right. He is our exclusive rights free agent. So as long as we make him an offer, he can't go anywhere else.
Okay.
He cannot play, but he cannot go anywhere else.
So we can make him an offer for the league minimum at his position based off of his accrued time, and they can't go anywhere else. So these guys are guaranteed to be back.
I thought we had to put the tender on those dudes.
Not for the exclusive rights.
Right.
I mean, it's a tender, but it's not. They can't do anything about it, so it doesn't matter.
All right. So River Craycraft is the first guy here. I will take him. The next guy will be Ken Webster, if anybody wants to take him. But let me tell you guys a little something about wide receiver River Craycraft. So this guy came in, and we thought that he was going to be the next Trent Taylor. He wasn't. He wasn't at all. He got some opportunities. There was a game that I really thought that what's that guy? What's my guy's name? Kevin White. I thought Kevin White was going to come in and like do his thing, and the Niners were like, yeah, no, we're going to go with River Craycraft. He finished the season with 6 receptions or something like that. Let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, 6 receptions, 41 yards with a long of 12. That was it for River Craycraft. Our question at the end of these segments are: should they bring him back, and will they bring him back? I will keep this short and sweet. The answer is no and no.
Nope.
I don't see the value that they have here, and you let this guy go. Now, is the wide receiver room void next year? No, and that's why I think you let him go. There's a lot of guys coming back from the IR that you're hoping that you can get, and you're going to draft the guy, and you're going to sign a free agent. So I think that room is going to be a little tight. All right. The next guy is going to be Ken Webster. Anybody want to take that one?
I like Webster. Tony, go ahead and take him. I just wanted to preface that with, I think all of these guys get re-signed because they are going to get signed for a minimum, and they have to fill out a 90-man roster. So I think that all these guys are going to come back.
Oh, okay. All right. I like that. I'm going to come back to you after Tony. Actually, you know what? No, Tony, hold your thought. Even with the wide receiver room, you have to remember that this guy was signed.
How many wide receivers does he like to keep?
He usually likes to keep 6, right?
No. In the off, like he loaded up with like 10, 12 left.
Yeah, man.
He wants a big room. And so I think that given the list of wide receivers we currently have under contract, I think Craycraft probably comes back at that $660,000, $700,000 level. And if he doesn't make the 53, then he doesn't make it. Maybe he goes to practice squad, but I think he comes back and spends the offseason with us.
We already have 6 or 7 wide receivers under contract, right?
I will tell you in just 1 second.
With counting the 6 or 7, you have to remember that Jennings and Hurd are coming back off of IR also. You got Kevin White coming back. You got Debo. You got
Ayuk, Samuel, Hurd, Benjamin, James, White, Chris Thompson signed his futures, Jennings, Craycraft. Well, Craycraft's an exclusive rights.
Right.
Cole, Prohl, and that's 10. Craycraft would make 11.
That's why I don't think
He's got familiarity with the system, so I think they bring him back for minimal. If they have to cut him, it doesn't matter because he's going to be over the 51 anyway. So.
Right, and the reason with him in particular, that's why I would like with the wide receiver room being the way it is. I think they get a free agent veteran, and I think they still draft another wide receiver. I just don't see him coming back. I could be wrong, but that position group in particular, I think we have a lot of wide receivers on this roster already, and I don't think that he's coming back. I don't think he did anything special I think Trent Taylor is more likely to come back than this guy is. But that's another conversation for another time.
I think he costs more money. I think they don't bring him back because of the cap issues. I mean, it's not a lot, but I think it's enough that Craycraft wins over Trent.
All right. So while we get the breakdown here on Ken Webster from Tony, the next guy is going to be Daniel Brunskill. So go ahead, Tony.
Webster was a midseason add to the roster. He was in we signed him off of Miami's practice squad. He was with Tony Oden last year in Miami. They brought him in. He's one hell of a special team player, and I have no problem bringing him back, whatever, $300,000 it costs, whatever. Because listen, we're at a point where we need cheap bodies, and you want guys that are hungry, and this guy's hungry. He instantly became our best gunner, in my opinion, and that's something we need for next year because we got to worry about our special teams. And, just going forward, I would like to see him on the roster.
100%.
Okay.
And I think we bring back Walter. He's going to help fill out that running back room just a little bit. He's got a year of experience, or not even a year, but he's got how much every time he was on the roster this last season. Just bringing back that knowledge, I think, will help him. So, and, somebody else to develop.
Okay. All right. So we got the Walter. Yes. We got the
Brunskill is going to be a yes all across the board too, because he's cheap and he's versatile.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle likes versatility. And the fact that this guy is learning a whole new position, might not be great at it, but the fact that you can use him at guard or tackle when you get your center back, it's good to have a Brunskill on your team. He would be that new swingy swing guy on that offensive line. And the fact that they get him for dirt cheap and earn his rights, if he wants to play, he'll be with the 49ers.
Right. And we talked about that a little bit pre-show. We're still a little bit confused on whether or not he's actually an exclusive rights or restricted because different sites have him listed in different ways.
Yeah, I think he's restricted. I don't think he's.
That's what I think too. But
right.
He was restricted last year, I believe, or exclusive last year. Well, I can't remember.
The last guy with the exclusive rights tag on this site that I'm going off of is going to be Kai Nakua. All right. He is a very well-traveled guy for him to be so new to the team. He's a safety. He has been on 5 teams already in the NFL: the Niners, the Browns, the Ravens, the Panthers, and the Colts. He's appeared in 16 games, only started 3, and has registered 13 tackles. He had 1 for the 49ers, so make that 14. I can't see him coming back. I know Brian said that he thinks that we bring back everybody. I just feel like they'll go get a couple of unknown guys, some undrafted free agents, and plug them in there instead to see if someone has like some wow factor. Let's go get the fastest guy that played horribly and see if we can catch on in that system. You know what I mean? So I don't think this guy is gonna be one of the ones that comes back, but we'll see. Now,
you know how we sign these guys to like minimal contracts, right? And then we release them 2 days later. Some of these guys are going to fall into that. So we're going to fill out our 90-man roster, and some of these guys are going to come get signed back, and then we're going to let them go to do exactly what you're talking about. But in the immediate future, before the draft, before everything else, you're going to have to start filling that out. And I think all these guys are going to come back for their minimum. I don't think there's any person on that list that gave the team a reason not to give them another shot, especially if they have an offseason to work with them.
yes. All right. So here's an interesting name we have to discuss because we just don't know what the heck is going on with this guy. All right. I'm going to put this definition back up here one more time. And we're going to say a name. We're going to try to figure out why he didn't appear on anyone's list as an exclusive rights guy. So this, again, is the exclusive rights free agent show. Any player with fewer than 3 accrued seasons and an expired contract. Why wasn't Josh Rosen on this list? Drafted in 2018 by the Arizona Cardinals. 2019, he was traded to Miami. 2020, he was on a practice squad and then with the 49ers at the end of the season. Why is he not on this list, guys?
Isn't he still under his rookie contract, though?
No, because every time he
left, good.
He was released by Miami. When Miami released him, he was no longer underneath his rookie contract.
Right. So why does he not appear as an exclusive rights free agent then? I mean, these are questions that people are going to ponder. And listen, guys, because we're asking the question does not mean that we have the answers. But I just can't figure out why he's not on any exclusive rights list that I've looked up for this show. I was trying to figure out why he wasn't there because I took it as if we can offer this guy the league minimum, he is 100% coming back to the 49ers next year.
Sure.
You offer him the league minimum and he can't negotiate with other teams, he's 100% coming back. But for some reason, he doesn't qualify for this, and he definitely doesn't have 3 seasons. Practice squad doesn't count as being on a team. So that's not an accrued season. He played 14 weeks on Tampa's practice squad before the Niners went and got him. So that's not an accrued season.
Correct.
So I don't understand why he's not on this list, and I can't figure out why we can't get this guy back here for just the veteran minimum.
To be honest, I think that even if he's not, for some reason, identified as an exclusive rights and he is a restricted free agent, I think he's still on this roster.
Okay. All right. And he is one of those guys that we should bring back and we will bring back, right? We think we should and would.
Well, yeah, we got to replace. We need to get, at a minimum, we have people that we need to replace on this roster, right? We only have 1 quarterback under contract next season or this season.
Okay.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts or anything on tonight, guys? Break it down with me. Let's go.
Just listen, with the whole Saleh thing falling in now, the second coach is hired. First one being Jacksonville hiring Urban Meyer, and now Saleh going to the Jets. You know, things are going to start falling into place, not only for other teams, for our roster, not only for our roster, but for our coaching staff and our front office. We have Mayhew interviewing with Washington. That's a potential another spot we have to fill. You know, it's going to be interesting, man. The Niners are a good team. They're a well-oiled machine as far as like coaching and the front office, and people want that. People want to take that. So now the pressure's on Kyle and John to replace these guys. And like I said earlier, there are a group of people pretty much waiting for Kyle to give them a call and saying, come on, let's go. So the rumor is LaFleur allegedly going to New York with Saleh as the offensive coordinator. And the rumor is D'Amico Ryans allegedly taking over as defensive coordinator. I know it's going to be the same scheme. I just want to know what you guys think as far as confidence in D'Amico Ryans being a first-time coordinator from a linebacker coach.
It's the same exact thing Robert Saleh was.
Yeah, I think it'd be just fine, and I think that the team and the players have the utmost respect for D'Amico. So I think that it's going to be great. I mean, obviously he hasn't been on the forefront of the video kit. On the when we're watching the games, we're not seeing him jumping up and down on the side. He may not be as animated as Robert is, but I think that he'll be able to step in and do his job quite well.
Hey, Fred Warner loves him. That's that. And we see Fred elevate his game a whole nother level to all pro. Sorry.
Just keep your alert sets because I'm sure there's going to be breaking news within the next couple of days.
All right. Any other final thoughts, gentlemen? Out of here. No? All right. That's going to do it for us here tonight. My final thoughts are going to be this, man. Guys, stay faithful and get excited, man. There are new things on the horizon. I honestly believe that D'Amico Ryans is going to be a very good defensive coordinator for this team. He has a lot of experience, and he was actually a lot of fun to watch. He's a lot of fun to watch, man. I remember this guy. So he's still young. He can probably still put on the pads and get out there. You might see him actually more fired up than Robert Saleh on the sidelines. The thing with those young guys is that they feel like they can still get out there and do it, and they get animated. They have to learn to show a little bit of reserve and resistance. So he might not have all that yet. You guys like seeing Robert Saleh animated and embracing his players. Wait till you see D'Amico out there. I think it's going to be a little bit different. But either way, we will be tuned in, locked in, and loaded. So that's going to do it for us here tonight at Nothing But Niners. We appreciate you all. Again, if you guys enjoyed the show, hit that like and subscribe button. And please, 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 Tony has said it a bunch of times. I'm going to say it one more time. Make sure you have your notifications turned on, because when things become official, we will bring you the official word. You will get it first from us. We promise you. That's going to do it for us here tonight. Let's break it down, guys. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
But always
remain faithful.
We out of here, guys. We did it. Peace.